Hello, hello, hello. So I was looking at a video. Somebody reacted, I guess it's to a TikTok or something of a pastor being recorded preaching in his church. A 63-year-old pastor married a 18-year-old. I'm going to have to say girl. She's a teenager. I don't care what the age of consent is. Just because the age of consent is 18 doesn't make it grown. Does not make her grown, because I guess according to science, your brain is not fully developed until you're 25. So I can't call an 18-year-old a grown. I can't even call a 20-year-old a grown. Honestly, if your brain is not finished developing to 25, then why are you grown at the age of 18? Why are you considered grown before that? And in some countries, the age of consent is 12 years old in some countries. Uh, but the pastor, here's what I'm going to talk about. I don't want to really hop on how, I guess, disgusting and judging him. I'm about to talk about the black church again. Specifically, yes, black women. Black women support this kind of BS. And they wonder why. And let me stop saying they wonder why, because him really choosing the white woman, I don't feel like it's completely because black women do things to turn him off. I feel like because he is so attracted to the white woman because she is at the top right now, and him being next to her makes him feel like he's at the top. So it's not even about, because she is like the number one. He yeah, black men like to date Latina and Asia, all that stuff, but being what the white woman is, because I heard Nick Cannon say it. I'm repeating what other black men say. Nick Cannon say, and I think Harry Belafonte said that too. Being with a white woman raises their status. So I don't want to blame the black women on the reason why black men run to white women. But what I want to say is this. So this pastor was in his church preaching, talking about, yeah, I married her. Talking about he married this 18-year-old. I'm going to say girl. She's a girl. Yeah, I married her. And I wish somebody would step to her. I wish somebody would step to her. You'll see me on the news. That's what he said. And guess what? The congregation was cheering him on. And I heard a lot of black women's voices. Yeah, yeah. Why are you cheering that nonsense on? You are sitting in front of a man you're supposed to be his flock. He goes off and marry an 18-year-old girl, and then he gets on his pulpit and say, I dare somebody to step to her. You're going to see me on the news. So making threats. Because if you see him on the news, most likely he's going to do something violent to the person. He's probably going to commit some kind of a crime if somebody stepped to his 18-year-old wife. And I hear black women. I heard some guys too, but I heard black women's voices cheering her on. You know how the congregation cheer on the pastor. Yeah, go ahead. And I'm like, the fact that black women support, and I'm not saying every single black woman, but I'm talking about a collective, they support this man, and anything he does is the reason why. It's one of the reasons why they could be the least. Sometimes the black woman is not the least desired, because a lot of different men are physically attracted to black women. A lot of different men fetishize black women. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with being a fetish, because it's men that fetish Asian women, okay? Latino women are a fetish. White women are a fetish. And black women are a fetish for other groups of men. But so it's not that she's unattractive. It's the fact that she doesn't challenge him. The reason why, like I heard a black woman talked about the difference between dating a white man and a black man, and talking about the things that the white man would do for her versus the things that a black man would do, or lack thereof, the stuff he won't do for her. And I had to say to myself, I'm not about to even cheer that on, because if the white man is doing so much for you compared to the black man, where did the white man come from? I mean, you have to understand that white women had a problem with white men too. I have seen some white men visibly show their hatred for women, specifically white women, and just show their disdain. I feel like the gender war between them is even worse than the one between black women and black men. It's just not publicized. But uh, he still does everything to make her first when it comes to the media. He still does everything to make her the status symbol for beauty. He still, regardless of that, if he's a, even if a lot of them are ediphiles, even if a lot of them are ediphiles, okay, because I don't feel like it's out of love. I feel like he understands in order for him to maintain his position, he has to make sure his woman is on top. If he can be on the top without bringing his woman on the top, he probably would. So I don't think he loved his group of women that much. I just see a lot of I see a lot of white men that really don't seem like they like white women. So him putting her at the top, I don't feel like it's out of love. I feel like it's because he understands. He understands how things work. But the white woman is not going to tolerate anything less either, though. The white woman has set standards for these group of men. So if you're dating white men and they treat you different than the black man has, you got to look at the group of women that they come from. You have a group of women, white women have standards for their group of men. Now you have individual white women that don't have standards. You have individual white women that don't have self-esteem, low self-worth, and all. You have individuals like that, okay? But for the most part, their group of women will not accept a bomb group of men. They won't accept it. Okay? And so when you brag on what the white man is doing for you versus the black man, you got to look at white women versus black women. Why aren't these men? And I'm going to have to mostly look at the women on this. First of all, she don't have to give birth to them. If black men are terrible like that, black women can simply stop giving birth to them. That's number one. That's what they can do. If they see this group of men ain't nothing good coming out of it, they can stop giving birth to them. That's number one, what they can stop doing. I'm going to have to put a lot of the blame on black women, only because I feel like they have more power over this. Not because black men can't be accountable for the things they do, because they should be. If they have their own mind, they should be accountable for everything they do if they have any kind of capacity to make decisions in life. Unless they have some kind of developmental disorder or some other kind of disorder where they can't make decisions, they should be held accountable for everything they do. But I'm talking about the fact that they're here is because of the black woman. The black woman saw decades ago that black men could be a problem, and they didn't stop giving birth to them. Okay, and then not only did they not stop giving birth to him, when they saw that this is a problem, they saw the black community is a problem, they cheer him on in everything that he does. It's just like this preacher in his pulpit talking about how he married this 18-year-old girl, and he dares somebody to step to her. Not step to him, step to her. He dares somebody to step to her. Because ain't nobody going to step to him and tell him he's wrong, but they going to go up in this little girl face, though. And ladies were in the doggone congregation cheering this pastor on. That will no longer be my pastor. And I don't even believe in this talking about there should not be any female teachers. Women should not teach men. Women should not be in the pulpit. Well, listen, if women shouldn't be in the pulpit, then what the heck are men doing? This is the kind of pastor you have. You have a lot of prosperity gospel preachers. You have a lot of preachers like this guy right here. You have a lot of false prophets up in the pulpit more than you have true prophets. So if a woman ain't supposed to be up in there and a man is, what the heck is he doing? He's not representing the Most High too well. Most of them are not representing they're not representing the Most High too well. And at this point, might as well go and let females get up in there, because they're not doing a worse job than these guys are. Okay. But I just want to stop right there. That's just what I'm going to say right there. You know, about how black women just support anything this guy does. And they wonder why he ain't nothing. And they complain that he doesn't protect her. And they complain that he doesn't do anything, that he's sorry. And then once he does become successful, he goes to the white girl or a non-black woman. Why? Because it helps to know that you have low self-esteem. The worst thing to be is to have low self-esteem and low self-worth and not even realize it. That's the worst thing in the world, because you can still have low self-worth and low self-esteem, but you realize you have a problem and you can do something about it. And when you realize you have low self-worth and low self-esteem, sometimes you choose not to date. Sometimes you just choose to stay, on your own, basically not being around a whole lot of people, not being around, not dating and all that stuff to do the work on yourself that you need so you can stop attracting the same kind of people. Because he realized there's something going on with you. But, they don't see black women as worthy. They get successful and they go straight to this white woman because they are not seeing black women as worthy. And black women don't see themselves as worthy. They cheer this man that brags on marrying this black man, 63 years old. They cheer him on as he brags on marrying an 18-year-old girl. Do you think white women would be cheering on an old 63-year-old white man in the pulpit? Do you think a 63-year-old white man in the pulpit can say he married an 18-year-old white girl or black girl or Chinese girl, whatever, just 18 years old? Do you think white women would cheer him on as he going and talking and bragging about him being with this 18-year-old girl and he dares somebody to step to her? Do you think white women would be cheering him on? I think not. See, white women have a higher self-worth. They have a higher self-worth. They have standards. So when you have these black men, and I'm not making excuses for black men, but I'm seeing where black women, a lot of black women, okay? When I say black women, it's because it's so many that it's hard to not say not all. Because I know not all black women go for this, but it's so many who support these black men that it's hard to say not all, because when it's too many that do it, it doesn't even matter the people that's not doing it. It doesn't even matter that I don't do it. It doesn't matter that, and I don't like to call myself that word anyway, black. I don't care if that's a social construct. I don't like to call myself. But, a group of people that's identified as black women. You'll have individuals that will not support this BS, but you have so many black women who do support it that it doesn't do any good to say not all, because the ones who go for this have already negatively impacted the community. They have already negatively impacted little girls and little boys, okay? Because a lot of these children come from a one-parent household. So when you continue to show generation after generation that this man don't have to show up, that he don't have to step up, and you have generations of children that continue to see this, it causes the stuff not to end. The generational curse continues. Do you think white women would tolerate all that stuff that black women tolerate? So when you show somebody that you have no self-worth and supporting whatever they do, knowing that what they're doing is F-ish, and support them anyway, they know what they're doing is messed up. They don't care. And you go behind and support them on it, they don't respect you because they know what they're doing is messed up. They know what they're doing is messed up. And you support them on it, they don't respect you. They don't respect you. Okay? Now, I'm not saying a white women are great and all this stuff, because you had people, a white woman who supported Epstein and helped him bring the girls, allegedly. So you had white women involved in a lot of stuff. So I ain't talking about making them some kind of angels or nothing. I know they not no angels. But I'm talking about their standards and what they require of their group of men versus what the black woman requires of her group of men. How she does not require him to show up. She does not require him to be productive. And I really feel like that actually set black men up to be eliminated, because if black men are not ever told that they have to show up and be productive in the world and in their society, then they're going to be eliminated. I feel like that's just how it goes. If you're not useful, you're going to be eliminated in some kind of way. I'm talking about useful to just useful, not necessarily useful as working and stuff like that. I'm talking about just being useful in society. What good do you pose in society when most don't even raise their own children? If most of them don't even raise their own children, they have no use to the world. I'm telling you right now, you might have some really terrible black mothers, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, a lot of children in the black community are in single parent households, and most of those single parents are black mothers. Whether they're terrible mothers or whether they're good mothers, most of them are in a household with their mothers. Black men constantly being, they're not necessarily being told, but by not challenging him and setting standards for him to show up for his children, or show up and just in the society for the black community, because he's supposed to be the patriarch of the community and he don't show up. I mean, you have individual black men to show up, but I'm talking about as a collective, they're not required to show up because black women don't require this of black men. White women require that of white men. Latino women require that of Latino men. Okay? Asian women require this of Asian men. Black women do not require black men to be the builders in society. They do not require black men to be the patriarchs as other men are. The black women do not require it. Although I can see that black men, for the most part, because from what I heard Nick Cannon say, choose white women is because it raises their status. I also feel like deep down, because you have a group of women who do not challenge you to be a better man, they'd rather go to other groups of women who will make them a better man. Because black women don't challenge black men to be better. Okay. So anyway, I gotta go. I might have some more to say about that, but I gotta go. I don't. It's getting late. But anyway, I will talk later. All right.